Tom O'Dwyer, Teagasc Moor Park at the Teagasc stand at the Ploughing 2018, and I'm joined by Nicky Byrne, Teagasc researcher based at Teagasc Grange. Nicky, we have two plots in front of us. On my left is a crop of Westerwolds, and just in front of us is a crop of hybrid rape. So will you talk to us about the Westerwolds first? What's the potential for that crop? What's going to happen that now if I had a field of that at home?
Yeah, so looking at the Westerwold firstly, it's an annual form of Italian ryegrass. It's the only type of ryegrass that actually produces seed head in its year of sowing. So what we need to do with these crops is get them cut off and cleaned off before the winter if they're pretty advanced. So the crop that we're looking at there, there's probably about 900 of a cover on it at the moment, and we'd be hoping to get a cut of silage off this. Come the end of October, you'd need to be cutting it off, allowing enough regrowth on it there to provide enough forage in the springtime. So looking forward to next spring, you'd be hoping to get a grazing off it in February and again by April. And it will grow that little bit earlier in the spring, cooler temperatures than our normal perennial. So you really have to put the steps in place to take full advantage of its growth potential to get any rights out of it. And it's probably capable, that crop between now and the 1st of April is probably capable of doing 4.5 tons of dry matter per hectare.
Okay. And is it a difficult crop to harvest for silage later in October? What's our experience of that?
Yeah, so I suppose any crop of grass out in October is going to be difficult to harvest. But what we will be suggesting with this is to allow a 24-hour wilt on it. You will be limited in wilting conditions in October, but a 24-hour wilt is probably as best as we can do. Just avoid any soil contamination, ensure you have good ground conditions at the time of cutting. Maybe, these bales will be at a lower dry matter. They may lose form a little bit easier, so definitely you would be requiring extra wrap to be put on those bales. Okay.
All right, and directly in front of us then we have this other crop, which I'm told a lot of it has been sown around the country in late July, early August. Tell us a little bit about this crop.
Yeah, so what we're looking at here is a crop of hybrid brassica, and this crop here it's a cross between kale and rape. And I suppose why it has become so popular this year is because of its very rapid establishment and aggressive growth habit. We know that it takes about 90 days to grow a full mature crop of hybrid brassica. So it really did offer a good solution to bridge that feed deficit and allow us to stretch out our silage stocks. And it's very, very high feed value. A kilo dry matter of this crop here in front of us would be the equivalent of a kilo of concentrate or a kilo of air dried barley. So there's 1 UFL per kilo dry matter of this crop. So
it's a high feed value crop. So then my final question to you is in terms of feeding this out. So it's going to be fed in the field. That's why it's grown. But my question is, which way do we graze it? Do we graze it up this way or this way? So on the long end or on the narrow end?
Yeah, so you grazing any forage brassica that you're grazing over the winter, you want to graze it on the long end. So you want a good wide feed face, and that will maximise your level of utilisation by minimising the amount of trampling of the crop. And they can graze in under the wire, so the more wire area you have, the better clean out you're going to get under that. What would be recommended for grazing these crops is to have 2 wires ahead of the animals at any one time, and that's just a safety mechanism, and it also is a lot easier to move animals or give them their fresh allocation if you can just let them straight into the next break and you're not having to try and move wires and keep them all held back. Just in terms of feed management with this, it can only make up 70% of the animal's diet, so you have to supplement with some form of roughage, be it bale silage or hay or straw if it's available, to make up the remainder of the diet. Animals need to be introduced very slowly to it as well. It'll probably take a week of a transition period, allowing 1 to 2 hours access to the crop initially and building them up onto 70% of their overall diet coming from it after about a week to 10 days.
Okay, thank you very much, Nicky Byrne.